Hello, and welcome to this evening's performance of The Drowsy Chaperone. We ask at this time that you refrain from taking any videos or photos during the show. I also realize that there may be some issues with the women's dressing room in the Walter Hall, so if you need to use the restroom at any time, the bathroom now you can access through the Walter Gym. There is signage. At this time, you can now just enjoy the show. Happy opening and enjoy. Thank you.
Theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine. 3 hours is too much. And keep the actors out the audience, God. I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story and a few good songs that will take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there used to be a time when people sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what if George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be sitting there in the dark. You knew that when the show began, you'd be taken to another world. A world full of color and music and glamour. And you thought to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello, how are we today? I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad I should be feeling anxious at this age. You know, a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state I call blue. Anyway, when I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Yes, records. And I was about to put on the soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I said, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, when the champagne flowed as the caviar chilled and the world was a party. For the wealthy, anyway. So I dug about, and what did I find but one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone, remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set, remastered from the original recording made in 1928. It's the full show with the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? Oh, this is a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Let me read you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, the phrase gay wedding means something different now. But back then, it just meant fun. And that's just what this show is. Fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play this record for you now? I was hoping you would say yes. You hear that static? I love that sound. To me, that's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, now, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Morosco Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming. We're all doomed. Anyway, it's very cold and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky. But you don't care because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures. Overtures are out of style now. I miss them. It's a show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what an overture is. A musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Something new. What could it be? Sounds like a dance tune? Maybe some kind of rollicking? Maybe involving pirates? Don't worry, there are no pirates. Oh, this is it. The moment when the music starts to build and you know you're only seconds away from being transported.
You look radiant, Mrs. Tottendale.
I love this dress.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Would someone tell me why I put it on?
Yes, your dress, your fancy dress. Such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess, and it's happy wedding time.
Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will dong, wedding bells will ding-a-ling, and we will ding-along.
Wedding guests have come.
Wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are at the door and soon they will appear.
Robert, the bridegroom, I'm here to marry Janet. That star of felt six follies whom I love a lot. I'm George. That's George. His best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Ah, Mrs. Toddendale, now don't worry, I got this whole wedding plan out. The key is organization, see? Each string represents a different task yet to be completed. Pay the musicians, yell at the florist, book the minister. Ah, this whole wedding's gonna run like clockwork.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I lost my lead, my lady. Gotta stop this wedding or I want worse.
I'm Kitty, just Kitty. I came with Mr. Feldick. I'll be your leading lady if I get my done.
We're pastry chefs. We're pastry chefs. We cross our hearts. We're pastry chefs. No fakery. Our bakery is what we've got. Aldolfo, my name is Aldolfo. I am the king of romance, so I kiss a lot.
have it. All the guests have arrived. We have a bride who's giving up the stage for love, a debonair bridegroom, hairy producer, jovial gangsters posing as pastry chefs, a flaky Corin, a Latin Lothario, and an aviatrix, what we now call a lesbian. And of course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more do you need for an evening's entertainment? Wasn't that wonderful? And we will ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll lead you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be hard to follow. So we begin with a welcome from the love-struck Groom.
Well, I would just like to thank you all for coming. I tell you, I must be some lucky fella. Why, who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Now, if it wasn't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass.
Here, here.
To Miss Janet Van de Graaff, the most beautiful girl in the world.
Absolutely not!
Excuse
Say, it's a little early in the day to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Look, just keep Janet away from Robert. You understand? You're the chaperone. That's your only job.
Aye, aye, Mon Capitan.
Oh, Robert, who's my funny bunny?
I'm your funny bunny.
So the bride and groom are whisked away, and we turn our attention to the B-plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Falsig?
Getting married, leaving show business.
Mr. Falsig?
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Falsig, I can be your leading lady. You said it yourself, I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've taken lessons. Singing, acting, and ballet.
Ballet.
Yeah, I'm pretty good too. Last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Feltzig were a couple in real life. Jack and Sadie Adler. Now this is a familiar comic construct. A stupid woman. And her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid at first, but in the end she does something clever and makes everyone wonder whether it was all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. Still, she had a wonderful career on stage. At that time, the theater was the only place for stupid people to earn a decent living. This was before television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
A penny for Mr. Feltzig?
Not now.
Perhaps a nice profiterole.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then perhaps we could give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, some that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected, Mr. Feltzig. Although we stand here in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also
And primarily,
employees of a certain individual.
A certain individual?
I saw an individual.
Who just happens to be the largest single investor in Feltzig's Follies. He has sent us here
As pastry chefs.
to express his concerns about Miss Van de Graaff's impending nuptials.
Specifically,
That if she gets married and leaves the show,
then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spend any time in Toledo.
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No. But I got a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty. Boy, you tell your boss he has nothing to worry about. This wedding's never gonna happen. You
Oh.
have my word.
We'll take your wife for it, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now, we hope we made ourselves perfectly eclair.
One can only hope.
Hear this one. You biscotta be kidding me.
I try so much.
Oh. Don't you tart with me.
All right, drop the pastry chef routine.
Alas, we gonna.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb's an entree, a macaroon.
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall Brothers. John and Peter Tall. They were born Abram and Mendel Maslowskevich, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were an early example of a typical Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements. Not very intimidating, unless you find dancers intimidating. Which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate to this situation.
We'll leave this matter in your hands, Mr. Feldzig. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Try the Toledo surprise. It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Belzig. They're gangsters.
Very perceptive. Now go powder your face. I gotta stop this wedding. But how? Oh, Lord in heaven! How? Ah!
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So with the story well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He started out as the all-bright toothpaste man. His fabulous smile adorned every tube. Albright was hugely popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. It's true. If you looked at the label, it was the 5th ingredient down, right after sugar. Anyway, it wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
Now don't you worry. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course.
I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people say he was a bad actor, but to those people I say, shut up!
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like damn afraid-y cats do. Something baby bothering you. You know what you got. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet with a little bit of rhythm. Younger feet, old feet can be uncontrolled feet. Rhythm make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Frosty arches make a Make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Cold beats, small beats, turn them into bold beats. Ready to make them cold beats.
You don't say. Well, why don't you just slime back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? Now I have to find another minister. Say, what are you up to?
I'm singing a song an old friend taught me. A Dixie remedy for wedding day jitters.
Oh, you think you got jitters? You got the easy part. I've still got to get rice, boutonnieres, and the minister. I have the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
George, it sounds like you've got cold feet.
Oh, I got
Cold feet.
what do I want?
Bold feet.
What do I do? Cold feet.
No! Makes cold feet. George, look at you. You're dancing.
I am. Oh, I am.
A 5, 6, 7, 8. Cold feet. Cold feet. Turn them into cold feet. Ready to make them cold feet hot. You make the cold feet hot. You make the cold feet hot. Make the cold feet hot.
Percy Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. I saw him on the news recently. He's still alive, you know. He was celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that passing years had taken their toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out and he had that wide-eyed expression of pained confusion that God reserves for the very, very old on their birthdays. You know, the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is that cake on fire?" You know what I'm talking about? Anyway.
All right, that's enough of that. Dancing around like a fool.
Sorry, George. I was just trying to calm my nerves. It is my wedding day, after all.
Well, you could have snapped an ankle. Tap dancing is far too dangerous. Why don't you go out for a skate instead? That's what I do whenever I want to blow off some steam.
George, what would I do without you?
Wait a minute! What was I thinking? Oh, no, you're not going out like that, my friend. You might see Janet. Here, put on this blindfold.
George, you think of everything.
Just looking out for you, my boy. And remember, no more tap dancing. Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does that occasionally. It rings. Just ignore it. It will stop soon. What? What do you want?
Hello. You have reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone, and I'll call you back at my convenience.
Oh well. That's it. The moment's ruined. Thank you. Thank you, life. It's like a cell phone going off in a theater. God, I hate that. Hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm at the theater ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't get out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding time.
So the scene shifts and we find the bride, the glamorous Janet Van de Graaff, entertaining questions from reporters as she lounges by the pool.
He amused me with stories of his father's oil interests. We spooned briefly, and then he proposed.
So you won't be returning to the stage, ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Excuse me, Miss Van de Graaff, can we get a quote on that?
Of course.
One more question. Why would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
I got a question. How can you give up the footlights when you know very well that you got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Ah, Janet, I'm begging you. Dump the mug. Stay with the Faulties. I'll do anything. I'll even... Oh, fine. I'll even put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this has anything to do with vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss miss no more. Blow my signature no more. I don't want to show off. Don't try to convince me. I've made up my mind. And that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more. Make the gentleman hoot more.
Hey, baby.
I don't want to wear fruit no more. off. Not me. Page 3. I don't want to show off. She don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. She don't want to show off. Not me. I don't want to show She don't want to show off, don't want to show off no more. Don't want to show off no Please, no more attention. I'm counted to 10, and I'm through. Adieu. You'll never see this. You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. I don't wanna change keys. I don't wanna strip anymore. I don't wanna say cheese no more. I don't care if you scoff. I don't wanna be cheered no more, praised no more, grabbed no more, touched no more, loved no more. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off. I don't wanna show off. She don't wanna show off. I don't wanna show off. I don't wanna show no more. Did I miss something?
Well, Mr. Feldzig, it seems painfully obvious that Miss Vandergraff over here has no desire to continue a life on stage.
Can't you see it's killing her soul?
Don't worry, boys. This ain't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do an encore.
I don't wanna encore no more. Keep on shouting for more. I disappear from the floor no more. I don't wanna show.
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops girl, remember? Surely you remember the Oops girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great that it caused the men around her to have accidents. spill their drinks, drive their cars into trees. And she would go, oops. Well, I'm really not doing it justice, but people ate it up. She made a whole series of films. Oops, The Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
All right. Begging and groveling didn't work. On to plan B. And for that, I'll need an accomplice. Someone, gullible with loose morals. I need one of those, what do you call them? A European.
La 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 la.
In walks Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man and self-proclaimed ladies' man. He was played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He's the one who later drank himself to death at his chateau in Nice, remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by that time it had been partially consumed by his poodles. Well, he was only partially consumed.
Excuse me? I don't believe we've met.
I am Adolfo.
You are Adolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Not the Adolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Funny. You don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes, but
Why? Just now, I overheard the groom saying that Adolfo is a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
Adolfo a scoundrel?
Those very words.
Adolfo a scoundrel?
It's like I'm hearing him again.
Why, this is outrageous! He is saying this to beautiful ladies. Why, I must do something. I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this groom into my hands and kill him.
Yes, no! Don't kill him. Just hurt him bad enough that he can't get married.
Very well. Show me to this groom.
Wait!
What?
What kind of man is this groom?
Well,
A big man. A burly fellow.
well, he's big on the outside.
No. Adolfo will not fight big men. Small, thin, easy little poor people. Adolfo can run far away. But no big men.
So, you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yes, Adolfo is a lover of beautiful ladies. Some say I'm the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get revenge on a man is through his
Door.
No. The best way to get back at a man is through his
Window.
No. Revenge back at a man through his
Through his, there is no other ways. I am not Santa Claus coming down a chimney.
through his woman.
Ah, through his woman.
Yes, Adolfo, you must seduce his woman.
His woman.
bride.
Adolfo will make love to bride. That will show people Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride.
What?
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? A big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
No. She's the cat's pajamas.
Payamas.
A looker, an attractive woman.
Ah, show me to this cat in pajamas. Aldalfo will make her purr
Stop it!
like a cat in pajamas.
Ah!
Roman Bartelli chewing the scenery. You certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature contemporary audiences are too sophisticated to enjoy broad racial stereotypes on the stage. So we've banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Underling,
Yes, madam.
the pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide the liquor for the party. But remember, Underling, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition, after all.
I am aware of that, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, it means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water?
Vodka.
Ice?
Vodka.
Well, you see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Underling, might I have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying and would enjoy a refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Well, no, I do need a glass of water.
A glass of ice water, madam.
Yes, ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You know, in some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was quite progressive. A black actress playing the aviatrix, for instance.
Your ice water, madam. Ice water.
Yes, some elements were quite progressive. Others were stale in 1928. You know what? I'm going to skip ahead.
Where do you think you're going?
To fetch some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice? For heaven's sake, why?
I'm going to bring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now you're probably asking yourselves, what was that routine doing in the show? Well, it's very simple. There was a song coming up and they needed something to allow for the set change. It's mechanics. It's like pornography. Let me explain what I mean by that. In pornography, the story is very simplistic. How can I pay for this pizza? Being the classic example. Well, my point is, as in musicals, the story exists only to connect the longer, more engaging production numbers. What? What kind of a society do we live in if we can't discuss the similarities between pornography and musical theater? I'll just put the record back on now.
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning!
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Now, this is a really interesting scene. This is the only time in the show when Jane Roberts and Beatrice Stockwell are alone together on stage. Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already well established and a force to contend with.
Oh, I'm so full of apprehension. But I suppose that's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
No, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Oh, heavens no, madam. If I'm going to have to please a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you too? I know it sounds crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big, bunny eyes, oh, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by any number of things. For example, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Beatrice Stockwell was famous for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired troops in every major world conflict, up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that time, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as they did stupefy. Still, she demanded a rousing anthem be included in every show she ever did, even if it was not appropriate. But you just couldn't say no to her. That's star power.
Really? You're not being in the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes, but if you...
As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way through life's crazy labyrinth, barely knowing left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope for we'll sing his song as we stumble along.
That was quite... That was quite nice, Chaperone. But I don't see how it pertains to my situation.
Let me explain.
No, you really don't have to. I suppose I'm looking for a sympathetic.
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents, Antarctica, oh please.
Antarctica, oh please.
Still you mustn't let it lick you, this planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your head. As we stumble along, cross life's crowded dance floor, as we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see
rousing anthem about alcoholism. That's what I love about her. She just does her own thing when she wants, regardless of the needs or concerns of others. My mother was like that.
Inspiring, Chaperone. But I'm still so conflicted. Oh, please, just tell me. Is Robert the man for me?
My dear, that is something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Well, why don't you just ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert. And I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right. And I take that responsibility very seriously. But just this moment, I'm feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. And I must take a lie down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering into the garden, seeking out your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. Oh, I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
La 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 la. Look who it is. It's Aldalfo, come to seduce the bride.
I am Aldalfo.
Try not to think of the poodles while you're listening to this part.
I am Aldalfo. And you are bride.
No, I'm not.
What? This is bridal suite and you are the only one here. Therefore you must be bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you're a moron.
What?
Me, no, a bride. Perhaps I could take a message?
Yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaf bride, I must make love to you and transport you to the place of ecstasy. Sooner is better. Signed, Aldalfo, King of Romance.
Well, you found me out. You saw through my little ruse.
Ah, so you are the bride.
Apparently, yes. Take me at all face.
No. Not Aldolface. Aldalfo. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name Aldalfo. The ladies' man who wins acclaim Aldalfo. Well, lovely miss, I am the same Aldalfo. I introduce myself, I am Aldalfo.
Nice to meet you. Shall we?
Not so fast, so just in case you didn't hear Aldalfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Aldalfo. The lovely ladies always cheer Aldalfo. When I repeat myself, I am Aldalfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high, Aldalfo. I can sing it low, Aldalfo. I can sing it very fast. I can sing it very slowly. I do it now. but it would take hours. Now, let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Fellow that you see,
Adolfo.
and how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it I'll always be?
Adolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
Now let me spell it out for you. For all you lovely ladies who didn't hear me for some reason. Because maybe you are hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes. Da.
That was my mother's favorite number in the show. I think it was her secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean, a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But that's what musicals are all about, right? Romantic fantasies, falling in love at the drop of a hat, spontaneous tangoing, suddenly finding yourself in an insanely romantic setting.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Look out!
Don't worry, madam. I'm getting married today, so I have to wear a blindfold.
A blindfold?
I'm sorry. Who am I speaking to, anyhow?
Why, it's me. I mean, Mimi. Mimi from France!
This scene couldn't be more ridiculous.
So, you're marrying Janet Van de Graaf, no?
Oui.
I hear she's very beautiful.
Ah, oui, oui.
And glamorous.
Oui, oui.
Is it true she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France are you from?
The middle part! Where they make the toast! Anyway, you were telling me about your, how you say in English, fiancé.
That's right.
Well, tell me then, when was the moment you knew she was the only one for you?
Well, it's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile de France.
Yes.
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
I looked into her eyes, her big, glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell! And then you fell!
Yes, right on my keister. And I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But have you left the door?
That's what she said. And that's when I knew it must be love.
And then you said?
And then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stair, the three-legged chair, the hen that's been caught by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen. So how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
Well, then she joined in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen. A catastrophe destined to be.
That's me. I'm the rags in the cellar.
A broken umbrella.
A branch hanging loose from a tree.
I could see myself jumping and clapping for a man who lives dangerously.
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
So hurry and happen to me. And then what happened?
Well, then we kissed.
You're an accident
waiting to happen. So
hurry and happen to Wait a minute! You kissed a strange French girl on your wedding day?
oh no! What have I done? Wait!
Well, it seems that the blindfold and fake French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. What a mess! Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will! It's not real, it's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals. In the real world, nothing ever works out. And the only people who burst into song are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Falsey!
Where is that philanderer born up?
Mr. Falsey!
How long can it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Falsey! You don't need Janet no more.
Kitty, not now!
I've been working on a new mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty, the incomprehensible. Now, think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something, all right.
Wait, I'm getting it. Pick up some milk and a loaf of rye bread. And don't forget to shave your legs.
You're reading your own mind, idiot!
No wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Feldsing,
It would seem the wedding is proceeding according to schedule.
now it's time you've received your just desserts. What do you say, partner? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Feldsing?
Yeah. How about a Toledo surprise?
Oh, an inspired choice.
Toledo surprise. I've never heard of that.
No, you haven't. Most people who have heard of it are usually never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up, nice and slow.
Then you got a Toledo surprise.
Could you run that by me one more time?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feldsey.
First, you chop the nuts.
Then you pound the dough.
Then you bake it up, nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise. Say, why don't we give him a little taste?
All right.
Hold it! What style? What grace? What rhythm? Open your fists. Now shake them. Now give me that recipe one more time. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Go!
Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up, nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo, Toledo surprise. Pick the peach, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo, Toledo surprise. Now yes, you'll beat it up, when you sweet it up, when you heat it up. If it tries to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it folks, with your lights, split your yolks. Then you got a Toledo, Toledo surprise.
You boys are natural.
Honest?
Keep it up. I'll go work on the contract.
Hey!
5, 6, 7, 8.
What's going on here?
Kitty, I'm developing a new act.
Toledo surprise.
You mean you put gangsters in the show and you won't put me in? They're not even in the union.
Kitty, you got it all wrong. The new act is for you. And these boys are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cats! One that hot Toledo, done some my libido. Good, yes indeed, sugary yum yum. Surprise! Make the spin, makes you bust your tuxedo. Toledo surprise!
Wait! Aldalfo, he make announcement. Wedding is off. What? For the love of God, why? Aldalfo has made love to bride.
Ew, that's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What? Wedding is on.
Wedding is off.
What?
Robert kissed a rich girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you, only French. Oh, sweet mother of pearl.
Anjali,
Yes, madam.
what is all this commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
Not anymore! Oh, what a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Clear the floor, boys. I'll show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it. Toledo surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Surprise!
Wait until it's ready.
Now it's looking ready.
Surprise!
You got it.
Makes me twitch, makes me say, this dessert takes the cake, hits me like a torpedo. Toledo surprise!
calls, and it's time for intermission. At least it would be if we actually were sitting in the Morosco Theater watching the Drowsy Chaperone, which of course, we are not. I don't like intermissions. They ruin the magic, you know? They yank you back into reality. One moment you're lost in the glamorous world of music and romance, then bang! You're surrounded by tourists, crinkling candy wrappers and nattering about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. It's a power bar. I have a bit of a blood sugar issue. I have to eat small meals all throughout the day or I get jittery. Look, I know it's rude, but you wouldn't like the alternative. Believe you me. Believe you me. I remember my wedding day. I didn't eat breakfast, and the ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon. I do. Are you surprised that I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people, should you? I'm a very complicated person. Act 2 of The Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings it standing on her balcony, bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous, because it's the middle of the day. Now while you're listening to this song, try to ignore the lyrics. I know it will be difficult, block them out. They're not the best, but the tune is beautiful and truly communicates the bride's state of mind. Just ignore the lyrics.
I put a bunny on a pedestal and tried to make that bunny stay. And he sat on the top, but he needed to hop hands with other bunnies play far away. He left a carrot on that pedestal, besides some pellets in a cup, and I haven't got the strength to pick them up. Oh, bunny, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you.
I'm going to pour myself a brandy.
Come, my funny bunny. Come, my funny bunny.
The melody is so simple, it just floats in the air. And I must confess, I always get a little bit misty when I think of that half-eaten carrot lying on the pedestal, a tiny trail of rabbit droppings on the floor leading who knows where.
Oh, bunny, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my funny bunny. Come, my funny bunny.
Okay, here we go.
Wait,
Who are you?
I'm Janet Vandegraff.
Do you need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one
What
man?
do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy?
No.
I can
complete mental breakdown.
I'm in I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to spread mirth no more. Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna. I wanna. I don't wanna. I wanna. I don't. I do. I don't. I do. I don't wanna show off. And nothing's short, and it's short, and the future is secure, and in millions will do just fine. I go on without my funny He makes my heart go pop. He drives me hopping mad. Oh, Robert! What a fool I've been! A pussy fool! I know now that I love you! Is love enough? Is love ever enough? Does the story of money gone astray? I ask money, money, just money, money. Is it the bunny or my pedestal?
Don't you just love that number? It has everything. Halfway between a show tune and a Looney Tune. Bugsby Berkeley, I like to call it. And that's another thing I love about musicals in general. When a character is in crisis, they sing and they dance, which is so much more interesting than just whining about it. But that's the glory of musical theater. Oh, you see? This is what I'm talking about. This is life. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds, then something starts ringing.
What a beautiful day for a wedding.
Shall I have the pews removed now, or would you prefer I wait until morning?
Okay, I'm going to stop here because I don't want this number ruined by a ringing telephone. Here we have 2 vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. They are Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil played the ukulele, although she doesn't in this show. I tried to find out more about her, actually. I went through all my books. I even tried the internet, but all my searches ended in Tiny Tim's autopsy photographs. Anyway, they're both charming.
Why would you have the pews removed?
The bride has called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, Underling, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love's a very complex emotion, Underling.
Yes, madam.
You can be very close to someone 1 minute, and the next minute, why, you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
Oh, I am familiar with the urge to strangle, yes.
You see? That's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like Mama Go and Romeo of Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
But Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy, madam.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a din, but love has always been a trusty friend. Just a happy fate for Hank VIII and Anne Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you, madam, that Anne Boleyn lost her head.
Yes, she was in love. Love was good to Eve and Adam.
Here we go again.
And Samson and Delilah too.
Grief. May I pose a question?
Why surprise?
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do. It's always lovely in the end.
Oh, I found that quite taxing. Excuse me, madam, while I pour myself a glass of ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above. But love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me and my true love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him.
Silly cute. Oh, madam.
Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that was charming. But to be frank, on some level, that number pisses me off. Now, I'm going to say something here, and yes, I have been drinking. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that love is not always lovely in the end. Often in the end, there are lawyers. And another thing. Surely someone was aware of the awkward sexual connotations of that title. I mean, love is always lovely in the end. Is it just me? I guess I'm saying that number is naive, and irresponsibly so. Sorry. I just thought that needed to be said for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt anymore. Oh, there's a moment coming up I've become simply obsessed with.
Oh! Chaperone, there you are. I'm in a terrible state. Oh, you certainly are. You can't go to the wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear. Haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Not your wedding. Mine. Oh, that reminds me. Might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married? But to whom?
La 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 la. Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Adolfo? Oh, I know it sounds surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes, I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love. Me.
There you are! All right, listen. I'm gonna lay my cards on the table. I've got a weak heart, can't take the pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old ticker's gonna give out. So please, just tell me, is there gonna be a wedding or not?
Yes!
Thank the good Lord in heaven!
Adolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
There you are. I have wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
We know.
You know?
Yes,
Who
we
told
just
you?
heard.
I did, but how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tottendale and I are to be married in the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
What? Oh, yes.
Well, congratulations, everybody.
Say, what kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everybody's getting married except the bride and the groom.
There you are. Oh, Janet, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Please don't be that way. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? Janet, it's our wedding day, and George has gone through all this trouble, and, well, I do love you more than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes. I just can't understand it. I know this may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, why, it was just like kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
You mean you're Mimi? Well, that French accent was remarkably accurate.
Thank you. I developed it when I played the role of Monique in Hold That Baguette.
There you are!
Oh!
Before you do anything, think about this. No matter how well you play the part of the happy wife, you'll never, ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I just don't know. I'm so confused. Chaperone, just this once, give me some advice that is coherent and appropriate to the situation. Should I marry Robert?
Okay, now here it comes. The moment I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the plot, but a moment that has fascinated me more than any other and has brought me back to this record again and again. Now here it comes.
Well, my advice to you is to
And this is it, listen.
live while you can.
You see? You can't quite make out what she says because someone drops a K. I'll play it for you again.
Live while you can.
Is she saying live while you can or leave while you can?
Live while you can.
I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell, so it could just be a cynical quip. But this is a wedding after all. And that's exactly what you're thinking when you're standing at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live because you do love her in some way. Oh, it's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't come out of the sky and points to the one you're supposed to be with. So, one day you say it to someone, you say, I love you? But you basically phrase it as more of a question, but she accepts it as a fact, and suddenly there she is, standing in front of you in a $3,000 dress with tears in her eyes. And her nephew made the huppa, so what do? You say, I was kidding. I was joking. No, you can't. You live, right? You choose to live. And for a couple months you stare at the alien form in bed beside you and you think to yourself, who are you? Who are you? Then one day you say it out loud, and it's a trial separation and couples counseling. All your conversations are about her eating disorder and your Zoloft addiction. You're constantly redefining and reevaluating and revisiting before you finally lose the deposit on the house. And the whole relationship ends on a particularly ugly note, with your only copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and smashing into the living room wall. But still, in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
Live while you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, Chaperone, you certainly have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes, I will marry you!
Wonderful! Wonderful!
Well, Mr. Felding, seems like this wedding here is a done deal.
You're in trouble now.
And there's muffin you can do about it.
But there is. I found a replacement. A new leading lady. Raise it in! Incredible! Okay, kid. Now, concentrate and show the boys how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me? Holy cats, Mr. Felton, yes!
Isn't she amazing?
Well, what are we all waiting for? You ladies go put on your frillies. We'll all get married in one big clump. That's how they do it in Utah.
Well, George, I don't know how you managed to pull it off. 4 weddings in one day? I guess you're everyone's best man now. Yes, you are!
I am! Hip hip hooray!
He's George, that's George, the best man, George.
I'm honored to be doing what a best man wants.
He's basking in the glory of a fight well fought.
Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding. Minister, you may begin. Oh no. I forgot the minister! Blast! Who the hell are you?
I'm Trix, behave Trix, queen of the sky. To Rio I was landing when my engine needed mend. My navigatrix, and then I'll fly and let you lovers hide the net. So sorry to crash the party folks, but we'll have to stick some 2 shakes and off to Rio for carnival.
Wait, the captain of a ship can perform a marriage?
Yes!
And a pilot is comparable to a captain.
Yes! An airplane is kind of sheep. A sheep of the air. Some call it an air sheep.
Oh, shit! Yes!
Wait, I got it. Tricks, you can marry them on the plane, and then we'll all have a honeymoon in Rio.
A bride and groom in a chapel, they bring a tear to the eye. But what a thrill when lovebirds trill, my do in the sky. When vows are said in the bees and daffodils sigh. But heartbeats rush when sweethearts hush, I do in the sky. Do you, we do, do you, we do, do you, we do, do you, we do. A bride and groom in a chapel, they bring a tear to the eye. With rainbows bending before us and clouds meandering
Okay, everybody, stay calm. This happens occasionally. It's a horrible old apartment with terrible wiring. Yeah. Just concentrate. Just keep the show alive in your minds. Don't talk to anybody. Don't let yourself be distracted. I'll find the fuse box. Everybody be quiet.
It's the super.
Oh, God.
Hi.
Hello?
Your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to shut the power off because the police need a breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
So we replaced the room and turned the power off. The breakers and all the apartment stripped.
Yes.
That's what happens. It's normal.
Yes?
So I gotta reset your breakers?
Now?
Oh, it'll only take a second.
All right.
Because I tried calling you over before, but there was no answer.
Oh, I've been having a problem with the phone.
Oh, really? Guess I'll have to take a look at that. Ah, here we go. What was that?
It was a record.
What kind of music was that?
It was just music. You know? A show. A musical.
Do you like musicals?
No.
I love musicals. I go with the wife all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Did you see Miss Saigon? They landed a helicopter on the stage in that one. Yeah, I've seen them all. Cats, Les Mis, Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, I really like the movie better on that
Really?
one.
Well, goodbye. Oh well. That's it. It's ruined. One note away from the end of the show, and the mood is broken. I should just start the record again from the beginning. I can't do that, can I? Oh, it's so frustrating. You have to understand, I love this show so much. And I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record. This was before my father left us. Oh, he didn't leave because of the record. Sure, it didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. The spit take scene is lame and the rabbit motif is labored. But none of that matters. Because it does what a show is supposed to do. It takes you to another world. And it leaves you with a little tune to carry with you in your head. You know? A little something to help you escape the dreary horrors of the real world. A little something for when you're feeling blue. You know? As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what's to
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
stumble our way.
I don't wanna sing
Thank you.